Okay, guys. I have another, quick update for you guys. Now, I think it's been about a couple weeks ago since I last made a video here. But I've been meaning to kind of talk about this. I talked about how, my dad's girlfriend was gonna possibly move in and all that. Like, she was gonna move in and all that, and, the video schedule was gonna be kind of weird. Well, that's still happening, but apparently it's happening a lot faster than I thought. I knew she was having some lease problems because apparently I think she's living in an apartment or something. She's living in an apartment. I don't know, she's living somewhere, and, I think it was St. Louis, I believe is what I was told. So she's living there and all that, but apparently, yeah, she's gonna be moving in permanently by the end of, this coming weekend and all that. So apparently, yeah, the videos are gonna be a little bit kind of crazy. Because I don't know if you can kind of tell, I've made videos in the past, and sometimes I struggle making videos. So I'm kind of wanting to make my own. Like I'm still gonna make videos, but they might not come out as frequently because she's gonna be in the house and all that. Because she also has, like, she's gonna be working from home. She's got like a job she does at home. She works with like technology and all that. So I figured I'd give you guys a heads up that it's happening a lot faster than I thought it was going to. Yeah, they've also gotten stuff in the house already, and all that for her. So I've been trying to work on making some room and all that. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm kind of just like, I mean, she seems kind of nice and all that, and my dad seems to be definitely happier. But I'm like, my dad has a very bad experience with girlfriends. Like he's dated like so many of them. Now some of them have some of his girlfriends have actually turned out to be nice. They just didn't work well as a couple. But a good chunk of them, like one was an alcoholic, one was like that was Janelle. Tana was a thief and all that, and, Kristen basically dumped him when he had all these horrible migraines and all that, which, by the way, affected me because I lost, I had to, like, spend that summer back in 2015 with Mamaw and then Aunt Corey, and then, I basically, went to Hannibal and all that, like, for the remaining of the summer. It was not a very good summer. It was not a very good summer. Actually, 2015 in general was kind of rough. Now, speaking of which, I do still plan on in the future for you guys. I know some people might not care about this, but I figured I'll just bring it up in this video. I do plan on talking about my, like each, year of my life and kind of feeling, I figured maybe I could grade my, years. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to do, but, like, I feel like I kind of want to talk about my childhood and all that, and, why not, go through each year, like, look back, each year of my life, talk about some history on it, and, grade kind of each year of my life. Again, that sounds kind of funny, but, like, it actually has helped me go through, like, thinking about that stuff actually has helped me through bad times, too. Because, they say you want to think more positive, but I figured I'd make those videos. I don't know how popular they will be, because I also had some school reviews, because I talked about videos with my school and all that, so yeah, I'll try to, like I said, get to all that, and whatnot, but but yeah, that's kind of the problem there, like, just these videos are going to be kind of crazy right now. Because, like I said, a lot of times I work better, by myself and all that. But that said, though, I'll still make videos and all that, but they might be not as common because, like I said, she's gonna be working at home, but they'll probably go out and do stuff too. That's the thing. They'll probably, hang out somewhere, and all that. So, or heck, I might even go into to the shop with my dad or something, and because I actually am trying to get a job too. See, a lot of people are probably wondering like why I'm living at my dad's house still. Well, number one, the cost of living, is expensive. Like, I think stuff's going down a little bit, but it's still not the way it was. And number two, getting a job. Like, I fucking hate this. Like, I hate that Mamaw and my dad are like this. But basically, like, so they won't let me fucking leave my dog home and all that and let me go out and get a job. Which I'm like, they've done this shit before. Like, but back in the day, like, we had Angel and Lucy. They were out in their pens all day long. And then we had JT as well. And they keep making these bullshit excuses and all that. Like one, it's apparently Chef will be all by himself and all that. And I'm like, well, JT was all by himself. And technically, there are cats at the house. But then another thing is, it's apparently, now it's about him going to the bathroom and all that. And I'm just like, again, like you could probably open the garage and close it. I guarantee Chef would be fine. But, yeah, I will say with this, coat and all that, like, him being out in the heat is probably not the greatest. But, like I've said, too, we had Angel and Lucy, too. They were long-haired dogs, and they did perfectly fine. So yeah, they just keep making bullshit excuses and all that. I just need to get that out of the way. It pisses me off so fucking much. Like, I do want to get a job. I do. I'm actually going to try to get one at Slackers and Jeff. I don't know how long it'll last, though, because the mall and Jeff has kind of struggling, And it's not really because people don't want to shop. Well, I guess it is that. People don't want to shop there, but it's not because of competition. It's because of poor management stuff. They decided to, at the Capitol Mall, they decided to shut down the kids' play area and all that, and make it a limited time for a few hours, and only, people who have money can go in there and, go to the play area. I'm like, why would people want to pay to go to a fucking play area where they could just go to, a park or something, I guess maybe if it's raining out, it might not be so bad, but, I think that kind of hurt some of the businesses, including Slackers. I've been noticing it's not as busy since they made that change, because I go in there, once a month or something and volunteer, I haven't really done anything this month. That's because, my dad just had surgery, and Kiefer, who's the boss there, he's on vacation right now. I don't know if he's gone anywhere. I think he talked about going somewhere, but I don't know if he's on vacation the entire month. But I do know that, he's been gone for a while. He'll be back next month, but I don't know how long the job will last. But I'd rather get a job there than in Fulton. Fulton is, not a very good place to work. Fulton is just... I mean, there are some places that are nice, like Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply is not too bad, and all that. And, I mean, Dollar Tree, it wouldn't be, the problem with Dollar Tree is you gotta, watch over the whole store. So that might be hard for my multitasking, but, that's not too bad either. The problem is a good chunk of these places are, either have rude, employees, or, they won't let you, go to work somewhere and all that. So, I'm wanting to go, I was gonna offer to be a waiter at this, Fulton Diner. I think I talked about that. Apparently, they will not allow, males to be in there. I talked about this before. Technically, I am male, but I am, I'm gender fluid, So I'm technically, in between, but I'm that kind of just makes me kind of, it's hard on me as it is to be going back and forth, but when people do that shit, that just makes it worse on me. But like, that's technically sexist there. That is sexist, and that definitely should be against the law. But that's the problem. Like I said, that's the shit that I'm talking about, though. In Fulton, it's like that all the damn time. And I said a lot of these fast food places, like, McDonald's and all that, like, the people in there are arguing, fighting, and all that. And honestly, they sound like they're on something, because I've gone in there before, and they sound like they're high or something like that. Like they're like you can kind of tell. Like I've been around that stuff before. Like I talked about before, my stepdad had drugs and all that. I can kind of tell when somebody's high. They tend to be more tempered, and I mean, I'm tempered sometimes too with medication, but you can kind of tell, difference between somebody with autism and bipolar versus, that stuff. Like, there's definitely something off about them. And then, like I said, the KFC, the employees that are treated like shit and all that. So I was wanting to get a job at Slackers because the workers there are very nice. And it's at the mall, which is very close to a lot of places I could go to. And, they actually trust me. They, because Kiefer had to go pick up somebody because this person doesn't drive either. So I was there watching the store. Of course, I couldn't open it, but I was there watching the store. But there were some people that were wanting to come and shop, but I had to keep the store closed because I couldn't run the cash register and all that. But that's the thing, though. Like, if I can get a job there, that'd be perfect. But like I said, the whole fucking dog situation, that's the problem. And that's why I don't have my own place. That's why I don't have any money right now. And I mean, I have money, but like I don't have enough to really be saving for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, I actually do have a future career. I actually am working on making books and all that. And I have to self-publish them and all, which would cost money, and I have to have the money to do that, and I mean, yeah, I'll pay for some stuff, separate, but like I said, to live on your own, you have to have a lot more money than what I get, I get $40 a month. That's I mean, I could save up, but that would take years to save up for that. That's not really worth it, I mean, I get money, I guess, for Christmas and all that, too, and my birthday as well, but, again, it's not really worth, the money when you gotta deal with this stuff, And I mean, I'm trying to, recycle cans and all that to make a little bit of cash, as well, I don't know, there's just a whole bunch of trying to figure out, but but the thing is, though, with my dad's girlfriend coming in here, I'm just I don't know if it's gonna work out or not, because that's what they're saying. He's saying we've known each other for a long time and this and that, and then we've dated in the past, but it didn't work out. And I'm like, okay, but you said it didn't work out, but he's we were younger then and all that, and I'm just it doesn't mean anything, I'm just I don't know. I'm just I said, I'm so sick of that. And another thing I'll say that pisses me off about this whole fucking thing, well, with my dad in general, he always does this shit. I'm trying to talk to him or fucking ask him something. It's he fucking pushes me a damn aside. I'm trying to discuss something with him or trying to offer to help him with something, and instead of talking to me when he's talking to somebody else, he fucking just pushes me aside. It's basically even earlier, I was trying to, he's not here right now, it's actually, I'm by myself because he went to St. Louis. Because I didn't actually know he was going to St. Louis, by the way. I didn't know he was I guess he was going up there, I'm not really sure why, but I didn't really ask why he was going up there, but I guess he was going up there to do something, but but that's the thing, though, too, is I was this is kind of why I wanted to make this video now as well, but I was gonna say, but yeah, earlier, before they left and all that, they were trying to rearrange the bedroom and all that, and I was, trying to help or suggest something, and I'm either say you got it, or like, no thanks, we don't need help, or, like, I don't know, they could discuss this stuff with me. Like, they're telling me I'm supposed to be part of this shit too, but like, again, like, because they were trying to rearrange the bed, and I was trying to explain, I'm like, I think it was better facing, the wall and all that, like, it said, well, facing straight out, towards, the bathroom and closet and all that, that direction. But but instead of saying something, like, either we got or something, I'm like fucking constantly repeating myself, and they just push me aside. Like I said, they do this shit all the time. It fucking pisses me off. Like, and by they, I mean Mamaw, my dad, and all that. I'm trying to have a fucking conversation with them, and I'm like, that shit just gets on my nerves. Like, it fucking gets on my nerves. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of clarify all this stuff. Like I said, I'm still going to be making videos. That's still going to happen. But some of these might be, some of them might have to, like, be held off for a little while, or I probably will do them, but I'll have to, I'll have to do them later, just because, like I said, things are going to be very crazy right now. But yeah, things might get back to normal a little bit, but like I said, some of the movies, like I told you guys, I'm doing reactions to, movies as well. I'm not gonna upload them probably on YouTube. I don't know if I'm gonna upload them at all, because the fucking copyright system on media in general is fucking bad. I could make a Patreon account, but I've had to, like, stop my videos a few times to, like, help out or something, so I'm like, you know what, I'll just make the reactions right now and then upload them later. I don't actually remember when I started doing a reaction video. I can't remember. I have to look back on that. I can't remember when I started doing it. I mean, I didn't do a reaction to, like, every movie I haven't seen for a while or this or that. Like, I don't think I did one on Turbo and all that, like, that was one of the DreamWorks reviews. I did not, like, it was about a little while ago now, but, like, I did one of those and all that. Like, I did some, like, DreamWorks movies, like, Over the Hedge and all that, but I didn't do Turbo. But I didn't do Turbo because, I remember that movie kind of being boring and not having a lot, really, to it, so I never really did a reaction to it. I don't think I did, at least, but even watching it, there wasn't really much of a reaction to it, so I kind of just didn't really bother, but yeah, but I am doing those too, so that's kind of why some of these reviews are going up, like, taking a little while to upload, but I actually, am getting closer to being done with DreamWorks, but because I got sick for, like, 10 days and all that, I had to, like, I couldn't really be, doing all that, because even speaking was kind of hard, too, but because I was coughing constantly. I mean, I made some videos, but not a lot of them, but I am getting things straightened out, though, so hopefully that all this stuff will get back to normal and I don't have to worry about all this, but I was just giving you guys, as I said, a heads up of what's been happening, but yeah, I'm just like, the only reason why I'm like, I kind of heard of heaters, because I'm like, that way I can get a job and all that, but apparently they said I'm basically supposed to be the one who says otherwise as well, but like, I'm like, I really want to get a damn job, and I want them to get off my fucking ass about the fucking dog. And I said they do, like, I call them out for this BS, and they get pissed off at me, but I'm like, how do you feel? How do you think I feel when you guys are up my ass all the damn time? I'm like, making excuses and this and that, why I can't go anywhere, I think it's more so they just don't have faith in me. I think that's what it is. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they don't think I can live on my own. I mean, yeah, I struggle a little bit, but I don't struggle that bad, I don't struggle that bad, but I actually do need to do a redo of my autism/bipolar video, because apparently the sound, for some reason, did not record my voice, so I'll have to redo that too, which kind of sucks, but I don't think it was a super long video, so I can probably redo it, no problem, but it does kind of suck that, I have to redo a video because of a sound, which I still don't know why I didn't record my sound. I was recording it, but it did, But yeah, like I said too, I'm getting things figured out. Like I am working on figuring out some stuff. I mean, that's the thing too with this girlfriend and all that thing. Like, it could work out, but I know his experiences in the past did not work out, especially with this girl and all that. And it sounds kind of like, you know, Kristen all over again, because, you know, he dated Kristen once and then dated her again and all that, and she seemed very nice and all that, and then, like, you know, screwed us over and all that, and you know, and I mean, and to be fair, though, my dad kind of doesn't really do. I mean, they want to talk about how I can't take care of myself, or they don't think I can do it. I'm like, I'm the one who's like, I'm cooking the food and all that, and sure, I'm still kind of in the experimental side. I do kind of mess up a little bit, but like, I'm doing a lot better with that stuff and all that. I'm doing all the cooking, you know. Because back when my dad had these horrible migraines back in 2015, that's kind of why I had to go with Mammal and all that, because I couldn't do some of that stuff, you know. Like, I couldn't do any of that, you know, so, you know, but I mean, I probably could have done it if I, you know, learned, but I was going through a phase at that time where I was just, did not want to try anything new. Like, I was just like, I was so depressed. Like, there was so much crap going on. I told you guys that 2015 was probably one of the worst years of my entire life. Like, it was bad. Like, it wasn't awful. It was certainly a hell of a lot better than 2017, but still not great. But like I said, I'll probably make videos talking about each year and all that, kind of grade them for you. The good and bad. I know that's kind of a weird thing to do, but I'm like, you know, I'm like, you know what, it's experimental, you know, it's nice to experiment on my channel, you know, try something new, because I don't think anybody's ever done that before. Now, actually, I did make a video back then, you know, talking about that, but that was, I kind of showed my face off and all that, because I was experimenting with that, too, and back when my channel had, like, only a few handful of subscribers, and I don't remember how many it was, but it was very small, and I don't know, I just kind of just didn't really care. I'm kind of just like, I don't really, I guess I'm very kind of mixed on my looks and all that, but I should be accepting, you know, who I am, but I'm just like going back and forth, but I could be part of the bipolar too. I don't know, like I said, I want to redo that video, but I mean, I don't want to redo it, but I kind of want to, just to kind of give out a message, because I feel like it's been causing me problems throughout history, and maybe people can learn from, you know, the video, so they can make, you know, life easier for other people who do have that similar problems to what I do, you know, so people don't have to live like I did and suffer like I did. But, you know, but, I mean, my childhood wasn't completely awful, but it was rough a lot of times because of what happened, but like I said, I'll make a video about that later, but I just wanted to make this one right now, because, you know, I've been wanting to do that for, you know, for like a few days now, but I just kind of gave you guys a heads up what's going on and all that, but anywho, I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. See you all later. Bye-bye.